Well, I'm doing my videos, and you know, I love the life that we have. I do. I know it seems chaotic and hectic, and it is. But every so often, I'm reminded that we aren't a normal family, and we've been in this house for what, a year and a half, a year and a bit. No, a year and a half, I think, or closing in on it. And we don't know any of the neighbors. Have never met them, interacted with them, spoke a word to them. And the people right across the street over there have two little girls. They look roughly Addie's age, but I just found out they were 8 and 9. And, she's watching them play over there. And there's not that many times where we're home and the kids are out in the front yard, but they were tonight. And Addie's watching them out of the car window. It looks like Cruz watching a squirrel at a tree. And she goes, can I go over and play? I said, yeah. So I walk over and introduce ourselves. And it dawned on me about 3 minutes into the conversation that we have been here this long. And literally, I could hit that lady's house with a quarter. And have no idea who they are, what her name was. So I got to meet Rachel tonight and her two daughters. I'm embarrassed I forgot their names already, but it's odd. It reminds me, every so often I'm reminded how odd a life we live sometimes, but it'll slow down, I would imagine, and like I said, I wouldn't change it for the world. So let's talk about the 3-year-olds. Not that many. We got a ton of horses turning 3, but 3-year-olds turning 4. Let's talk about them. Allure raced great 2 weeks ago, moved up in class and got beat up a little bit this week. Now, if she doesn't get in, I see she's not in Monday. If she doesn't get in next week, or if that class looks like it's going to have a killer in it again, that's going to go. What I'm saying is, if she is not going to be competitive in that class, fine. She can go to Corbin also. She's a Kentucky bred. I don't think I have much interest in racing her in the stakes. She's on Lasix. Can't race on Lasix in the stakes. I get this question a lot. You can race in Corbin on Lasix, just not the Kentucky Sire Stakes. No stake races in the state of Kentucky you're allowed to race with Lasix. Overnights are fine. Stake races are not. So Allure can swing by there for the last 2-3 weeks of Corbin. If she doesn't get in this week, I'm fine with that either way. She's a very nice filly, a very good pickup, and no matter where we race her, she's going to serve us well. Arrowhead Hanover was sick the last week. It was viral. We could tell simply because his symptoms did not match his blood work. What I mean by that is we drew his blood and his blood looked okay, yet he's coughing. He has tons of snot. No temperature didn't come off his feed, but obviously the coughing and the mucus was a dead giveaway that he's sick. Yet when you draw his blood, white count's not that high. Differential isn't flipped. His neutrophils aren't high. There's nothing in his blood that would, if you looked at that blood, you'd be like, yep, all good to go. Then you look at the horse, you're like, whoa, pump your brakes. And it just needs to run its course, and it has. They've been on antibiotics. By them, I mean Cherry's Girl and Arrowhead Hanover have been on antibiotics, will continue to be, and I suspect by Monday, with a nice soft weekend, they already started it off nice and easy, with a nice soft weekend by Monday, I think there'll be no coughing and no mucus. Arrowhead Hanover will head to Dayton next week, and Cherry's Girl will head to, I wonder if I don't think the purse money's very good in as I'm talking, you can see the wheels turning in my head probably. I wonder, we have a 3-horse trailer. There's Logan's horse, Cherry's Girl, and one empty spot. And we have a 5-horse also. I wonder if there's any classes for the other horses. I don't know. I don't even know what they go for. So that's what's up with Arrowhead Hanover. Blue Ventura has been racing good. Drew the 9-hole. I'll drive him this week. I think Tyler's done a tremendous job with this horse. He's sitting on a win, but he needs to draw like 3-4 and get a good trip. Tyler worked out a fantastic trip for him the other day, but the front end collapsed, right? We need the front end to continue and then collapse coming out of the turn. It didn't do that this week. Captain Incredible should be back in the next week or two, ready to race, I mean. He had 3 weeks off. We brought him in. Tim should have him pretty well ready to go soon, I think. Chicago Hall was flat the other day. Now is he getting a little bit sick? You just heard me tell you the story about the blood work, so I wasn't in a big hurry to just draw his blood. We couldn't scope him the night of, so we're just going to see how he feels this week. Probably train him up midweek and then draw his blood and see how it looks. And obviously be on the lookout for any mucus or coughing. Foxy Seaside, 8-hole I'm very happy about that. Get the 8-hole with Foxy Seaside. Gorgeous package will be in this coming week. Obviously, it's Saturday, so not this week. Next week in Ontario. I'm excited about racing her at Mohawk. I hope to God we can find a place she can compete competitively, consistently, because that track would suit her very, very well. Even her being a small horse, I think that track would suit her very well. Manhattan Money, I want to see how he does on Wednesday. I'm going to defer any comments I was just about to make until next week. Melisandre will be in the Harrisburg sale. Memento Mori, you guys know that. It's not common, that's pretty common knowledge. Memento Mori has the rail in Corbin. I have no idea what's going to happen in Corbin. I don't know how he'll get over the track. I don't know what he looks like. Eric said he was good, a little shuffly in the straightaway. Sounds about right. As I said to Eric, his hobbles have to be perfect for him to get away from the gate well and do well. And I need Scotty, Eric, and Kathy to understand this is not Memento Mori from last year. That year is over. Right now we just have a decent trotter that can trot in 55, and he is tight, but he has to be hung up good. What do we got now? Nassau. Like when I look at Nassau and Raging Hanover, they're two horses we bought for immediate impacts, and neither of them, in fact, it was the opposite. There was no impact immediately at all. If any, there was negative impact. So Nassau is back sharp now and feeling good. He was sick in the field. I don't know if there was something coming and he had it and it just progressed. I honestly don't know. It was the weirdest thing. We went to pick him up and they said Anthony Source very sick. High temperatures, tons of mucus, coughing, just sickness. They got him good, put some weight back on him and brought him back to the barn. He looks good now, but he's going to need a little bit of time. Can you do me a favor? You can go over tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to be playing all day tomorrow.
No, but they're going to be coming back shortly.
Coming back where?
From their house.
Like going back outside?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you want, ask your brother what we're getting for supper. It's time to order supper right now, right? So ask your brother what we want, and then you can wait. If you want to wait in the car for a minute, you can until they come back out if they do, all right? Okay. They're not coming back out. It's dark. So Nassau, listen, it frustrates me that the horse did not do well when we got him. It frustrates me that he gets sick, but I like what I see in this horse's gait. His lines are what they are. There's no, you can't say, well, he's this or he's that. It's right there in black and white. He will do just fine at Northfield Park. But now, as I said, coming back off the virus, we get to start back over with him. You know, we put flip-flops on him because I thought that he may actually race better with them or race fine with them here. We get to do everything, the stuff that we wanted to do. We'll start training him very slow next week. It's going to take us another 2-3 weeks to get him ready to go probably, but I was happy with what I saw this week from Nassau. He's clearly healthy again, sharp as a tack. Raging Hanover, you can just take what I said, except for the sickness in the field, and put it on him. No, he didn't make the immediate impact. 100% is mechanical, and we will get this horse squared away. Just bear with us. Little patience for this particular horse, please. Woodmere Betcha will race tomorrow in Charlottetown. That, I think, is the Breeders' Crown final down there, and in which case Smitty has talked about sending 3 horses back to Ontario. They'll either race in Ontario or one or more of them will come to Pennsylvania. I know he's got a Pennsylvania bred filly that's raced well down there. She may end up at the Meadows. All of them or none of them may end up at Northfield Park. It just depends on where we think that they fit the best. And Woodmere Betcha is in that group. So those are your 3-year-olds. I'm going to run through the 2-year-olds quick and be done with the videos for this weekend. Now, I love doing them with Amy, but obviously she's off at a concert tonight, so you know, good for her. It's been a long fall and a tough summer for her. She was in Ontario with Oliver for the majority of the summer. I was back and forth, and I'm okay. You guys know me. I can deal with it. But when it comes to Amy, it's been a long summer. So Lexington helped. She loves Lexington. Harrisburg will help. That will cap off. No, we're not getting Chinese.
Oh, it's not Chinese.
Yeah, you're going to tell them we're going to get pizza. We'll ask him if barbecue chicken.
We're getting pizza, but I guess we're getting Chinese.
No, barbecue chicken pizza. You promised. So Harrisburg is always the end of Amy's season. You know, she loves going there and looking at the babies and just getting a break, just having a break, right? You guys are parents out there. You know that. You know, for me, I'm just always focused on what's next, what's in an hour from now, what's in a day from now, what's in a week from now, and get it done. Whereas normal human beings also are, you know, that stuff mounts, and sometimes you just need a break. And man, if there was ever anybody that deserved one, it certainly is Amy McDonald. So I hope they have fun tonight at the Ark Church concert. Now, I'll be back in a minute with the 2-year-olds. With the 2-year-olds, I was going to do a yearling video, but why? You guys know what I know now. I hope in the next little while we can get you guys an actual yearling video where we can talk about them. You can see them. The open house isn't going to be till mid-December probably. And that's the other thing. Let me know what your thoughts are on the open house. I felt that it was there was too much going on with it close to Christmas last year. And I'm open to anything. When do you guys think the open house should be? In Ohio, where we can just see everything. In Ontario, it's more or less a night out at the races with our clients just to discuss stuff. You know, I really hope we can get to a point where we can get to a facility in Ontario where we can get, it's more client oriented. Tomiko Training Center was great. It's a little run down now, right? And there's not a lot of shine left in the property right now. And I've seen this happen with Tomiko. I've been in Ontario for, wow, over 25 years. Let's say close to 30 years. And I've seen that property, you know, somebody will buy it, put a ton of money in it, fix it up, and it'll look like Shangri-La, and then fade away. And then somebody will buy it and let it run it down into the ground because they think they can do the same at a discount. And then it changes hands to somebody who puts a ton of money into it and turns it back into Shangri-La. I've seen it time and time again. The facility itself needs work. The track is always a draw for Tomiko because the track's been there since the 60s or 70s. It's an amazing facility. It's an amazing track. And just the makeup of it. We got to have a good 3 or 4 years, 2, 3, 4 years where Tomiko was in a variation of that Shangri-La stage. And yeah, who knows? Maybe it'll get back to that and somebody will come in. It just seems I've seen this trend happen like 2, 3, 4 times now. So we'll see how that plays out over the next few years. We're not going anywhere in Ontario, anybody. Right? Everybody. You guys know that. I'm an Islander, first and foremost, from Prince Edward Island. I'm a Canadian, but I am also a father and a husband. And I'm not needed in Ontario with my brother James being the leading driver there. Very capable and talented trainers being there. And it just seemed to me like this was a better fit. I've talked about this before, but every so often I want to touch on this just so everybody, I get the feeling sometimes I'll talk to 1 or 2 people and it's almost like they feel abandoned in Ontario, and that's not the case. So when it comes to us, our open houses, how we do things, with John, I've said this before, with John and Nishan coming on, it allows us to do so much more, but I have to be able to detach myself. I'm that person, right, that likes to micromanage everything, and I need to just let them do their job, and it allows us to do stuff I want to get back to. And customer service is one of my favorite things. So with that, I'm going to let you go. Back to the 2-year-olds right now. I'll talk to you all very soon. Have a great weekend. And in Canada, a great Thanksgiving weekend.